Hi, this is Juha from NouxCloud, and this video is about NouxCloud advanced data visualization features. As you well know, in NouxCloud you can add dashboards and you build these dashboards with panels, but there are more advanced features also what you can use to get some more cool looking visualizations. So this is what we are going to talk about. So I will show you how to build these layers so you can jump from one dashboard to another and build this kind of master dashboard and then go to sub dashboards. And then we have some features in the dashboard like background images and stuff like that, what we can use to create advanced visualizations. And then finally we will take a look at the panels, because there are also some settings there that you can use. Okay, so let's start with these layers and how to link them, and especially this kind of map that's normally used for the master dashboard, and then the links. So if we go to NouxCloud, and I have already built here an example. It's in the dashboard section. So here I have a map, and if I click somewhere here, the clicking zooms the map, and here I can see more detail that where do I have these devices, and here I can get this kind of summary of this location, and then use this link to jump to a certain dashboard. And here you can see that we already have this kind of advanced visualization where on top of background I have some panels. So you can use this sort of as a there could be a flow chart or something like this showing different machines. And here then I can also jump to these machines like here, and it will then go to this dashboard. So this way you can jump back and forth of these different layers. In this case we cannot go back because I haven't built such a link that we could go back, but I can start from over, so selecting this map here. So how to build this kind of map, how this is done. We have here, if I try to add a panel, we have a map here. So if I click this one, it would open this section. I will now edit this existing one. So here we have different options. So I'm now using this global view, so it's showing that kind of summary, but it is also possible to show nodes. So if I save this one, so now as you can see, this number changed. It used to be 3. So if I click this one, I have more devices because I have configured more nodes. Here, for example, one location. This shows this kind of summary page that only shows node information, and this is configured. If this node has coordinates, it will show in the map with this setting. So I will now jump to this node. It will of course now tell you that I made some changes. Do I want to save them first? But let's just go forward. So this, as you can see, we jump to the node section, and here you can see that I have added coordinates, and that is how it will. So we are basically here nodes, and then some node, for example, and then longitude, latitude. So that's one way of doing or one setting showing only nodes. But as you can see, there are other settings here. So what if I show only gateways? Let's save this one. So again, we have 3 points, and here we remember that it's basically the same 3 points that earlier, but this will directly okay, again it will ask, but it doesn't have the summary page, but when I click it, and I can go forward. So this will take us to the gateway section. So we are basically now here under gateways, and how to configure this certain gateway. But with basic settings or this gateway main page, we also have this longitude and latitude. So if I enter the coordinates, it is possible to show this gateway in the map. And here is also possibility to link the dashboard that it's related to this gateway. So I have put this now, this data visualization to this gateway. So again, if we go back to the dashboards and edit this again, as you know, it hasn't saved these edits because, well, I didn't save the dashboard. I only made edits in this map panel. But here, if we enable only this global view, let's save this one. Okay, again we have these three, and now with this setting I can get this summary appearing, and also I have linked a dashboard to this gateway. So we should be using that data coming from this gateway is linked to a certain dashboard. So in this case, if this would be one location with these two machines, I can then jump to this one. So I have linked this to the gateway. And but that's the how we can build these links to the map panel. But here I have added this kind of well, it's called link basically. So it's actually here, link button, this one. So if I click this one, it will allow me to add these kind of certain, well, there are different options, but here I can put the links in. But let's take a look at that existing one again. So this one I have added two buttons in one panel because it is possible. So here I just have clicked add button two times, and then the button text go to machine. I have added custom colors, so it will look like this, and I have made it so that there's a line break, so that it's putting on top of each other instead of putting them in one row. But basically here, the most essential part are the actual link. So it will jump to this dashboard called CNC, and then I'm also enabling the installed base filter. So I have only one dashboard, but I'm using this installed base filter to jump to different machines. So in this case, the machine 2 is this one, and machine 1 is this one. So I don't need to build a separate dashboard for each, but because they are identical machines, they have the same data model. So I have only linked the dashboard, and then I'm using this installed base filter to jump between or define which machine it's showing the data from. So you can see if we close this one, and if I click this machine 1, again it asks if I want to save something, but no. So you can see that it jumps to this machine, and then when I go back to this data visualization and I jump to the machine 2, and here you can see it's showing a different machine. So that way you can enable one dashboard and use if it's showing the one and the let's say similar machine with similar data model. So you can use then the installed base filter to jump here. Okay, but that's how you build these kind of layers. So once more, from map to a certain dashboard that's summarizing multiple machines, and then here to a certain machine. So that's how you can build these kind of layers. All right, so let's take a look how or what features regarding this data visualization or advanced data visualizations we have on dashboard level, because we have them on dashboard level and on panel level. So if I jump to this random dashboard I have built for some reason, here you can see like this is the basic stuff. So I have added 3 panels. I can adjust their sizes, and I can move them around a bit, that which is the order they want to see it. So this is the basic setting. But if I want some more more features, how to control these. We have them here. Sorry, this one is I think it left this on. Let's clear that override. So here under settings, you can see that there are multiple other settings here that are related to this visualization. So let's start with the background image. So I will go to our in the background. I will copy a link to our logo from our website, and let's add it here. It's a really small logo, so you can see here in the background that this really does not look now nice, but you can see that it fills this background. So this maintain aspect ratio, it means that it will use the image size as is. So I will click that one, and well, now you can see that it is there. It's only here once, but because it's our logo, I can fill this whole background with it. So I will click this repeat. So now you can see that it's sort of filling this whole background, and because it doesn't have much empty space around the logo, it will fill it like this one. But again, this allows you to make quite nice looking backgrounds. And here I can also edit the background color, so that the empty space, assuming of course that is sort of invisible, these parts that are now white here. So I will add a background color. I'm using a custom color, custom hex color for to show this. So you can see now. I will close this one. So you can see that this is what it looks like now in the background. Then there are, so that is how you can build certain background images. But then you can also adjust the size. So basically, if you take a look at the contents, actually it was here. The preview is the first thing. But anyway, so the preview here means it's here. So you can take a look at this dashboard, different size of screens. So if I enable it here, so now we are looking at the screen. We have also laptop, tablet, and phone options. So this is how you can make it so that you can control how this will look on a mobile phone screen, for example. And the difference is here that you can build these layers. If I move these around, for example, it will remember it. And so here they are basically the same. But if you have a mobile phone and you open it, it will stay always open it like this. So this is the way how you can control how this will look in the mobile phone. And we have some predetermined settings for phone, tablet, laptop, and then screen, meaning a bigger monitor. So that's one way of controlling that how this will actually look. And then we had this static size. So that's always using the preview that I showed. It's sort of using this whatever size you screen you have here, so that you don't have much control to it. But what happens if you have, for example, such a large flow chart in the background that you need more space? So we have settings for that one also. So here we can adjust this kind of static dashboard. So I have added this width and height already before. So what you can see now is that happened that the background size or the screen size is now static. It's according to the settings that I put in. And what this will actually do now, if I start changing my screen size, you can see here that it does not adjust anymore. It doesn't go to the mobile phone setting, no matter how much I change this. So that's because this is now static. It's not responsive anymore. And it goes hand in hand with the setting of enabling sorry, not here. We can enable zoom here. So if this is a problem, so you can go back and forth here. It's always static. But this helps then if you are looking it with other size screens. Okay, let me take that static away. Some other settings here, borders. So this is what overrides all these panel borders. We will soon take a look how do you do this by individual panel. But if we want to take them all out, like here, well, it doesn't really look now very nice with these background images. But basically, you can control how it will show these borders. If this would be a white background, let's see if it makes some more sense. If I well, let's see if this already shows it a bit better. Let me remove this background color also, and then try to override the borders. So here now you can see, so it only makes sense when the white background and then white panel background, and then here, so it will set these borders. It's also possible to adjust the image opacity. Let me add them again. Sorry. So the background image. So it remembers the maintain aspect ratio and repeat, and then the custom color also. Adding this one. Okay. So again we have the background, but then opacity. So sort of how see-through they are. So I added some opacity, and you can see that they are now not so heavily green and blue colors. So that is also an option. Okay, but those are the background settings for the dashboard. And next, take. Sorry. Let's one more thing. Overlapping. So as you can see now, these, when I try to adjust these will always, they will not go on top of each other, so they will not overlap, but they are looking a space where they do not overlap. So it is also possible here to enable this overlapping. So now when I have enabled it, now you can see that I can put them on top of each other. And by the way, with this you can control that what is the order here, or you can bring this totally to front or put it totally to back like this. But now you can see that they are actually overlapping, and you can see that there are some, it's still there's still a grid that it's snapping to. So that's the another thing I can set here. So now it's well, totally free as much as possible as it can be. There's still some small grid, but it allows you a lot more freedom. So this is basically how I have built then this data visualization dashboard that we are going to look now. Let me put these back to sort of these settings. Well, as you can see now it jumped here because it's not allowing overlapping anymore, and there were some. So here. All right. Let's save this actually. We always need to remember to save the, if we edit even panels and save it separately, we still need to save the dashboard. Okay, but now how did I build then this one? So you perhaps first thing you can see that it really doesn't have this kind of background image, but this is actually here, it's an image panel. So if I go and edit this, you can see that the panel type is image, and then I have built this kind of small flow chart and then just added it. And then what I have done, I'm adding these other panels on top of this image panel here. So that's one way of doing it. And the reason, well, it depends a bit what is the correct way of doing here, doing this. But if we go back here, for example, you can see that this is quite nicely filling also these ones, but it might be a bit more difficult to control even with that static image, that how to then put on top of or overlap these other panels. So this is both are possible, to put this kind of background image, or then just create a image panel that then you overlap with the others. So here basically I have the image panel, and then I have here I'm allowing these overlappings and stuff, and I have put some other stuff or other panels on top of it. Here are the link panels that I already showed you earlier. This is actually a single panel, so it just takes one variable or shows one value of certain variables. So this is how I control this view. Perhaps most important thing here, or what is very useful here, is this state indicator. So perhaps you noticed that a bit earlier. Let's see if I can find here, because this is now showing the status of the here and now, but for the last 6 hours. But let's see if I find here some kind of okay, here. So you can see that these turned red. So I have built this by using this state indicators. So again, it's a panel type here, this one. So I have built it so that I'm taking a certain variable, so machine on. This is basically a binary value. It's either 0 or 1, and then in the settings section, I'm using this kind of value mapping, that if this value is 0, then show this image. So I have built both green and red sort of traffic light images here with our logo. So it will always change. If this value is now 0, it will show this red, and if the value is 1, it will show green. So and then of course this another one, it's coming from it's using a different variable. But here let's go back to the last 6 hours. So this basically means that both machines are on, and this is why the traffic light was green, and this means that in this time or this timestamp both machines are off. So this is very nice nice feature. You can of course you use this also with well, you just need to create these images beforehand, and then map the value to it. Okay, but then also perhaps important, like I said, I built this image panel so that I just added here also. We have in each panel we have this visual tab. So here I added this background image, and then here I'm also controlling what other stuff to do. Or I can add a background image, I mean, to this image, because this setting, this image is coming from here because this is image panel type. But I can control also the background here in the visual. Let's see if this makes any sense. Again, let's take our logo again and add it here. Okay, so you can see that it's using now this panel background, not the dashboard background, panel background. And again, I have basically the same selections that I had before. So I could build it like this if I want to. Let's see what happens if I add again the color also. Okay, yeah, and now it's also transparency is controlled here. Actually, it's selected, it's transparent, so it will basically mean that it doesn't. Well, let's take a look. So this one here basically. So when I added that one, but if I want to change the well, let's say the transparency doesn't make so much sense here when I'm adding some kind of other logos here. But if it would have nothing, then the transparency would be quite nice. So let's select this one, and again you can see how this works. So this is now the image panel background. You can see the limit here. The dashboard background is still white, and this is like this. Perhaps the transparency makes more sense if we take a look at, for example, this link panel visual. So let's start editing that one, and you can see here is the visual for this one also. I don't have any backgrounds here. Background color is now transparent here, but let's put it again to this one. So now you can see what happens. So even if this would be white, then it would really show this white. And if I move this around, you can see that it's not transparent. It will be on top of this one. So let's go back here, change it to transparent. Let's see if I can. Except that isn't. So again, you can see it's not transparent. It's now white, but not transparent. So it's on top of this one. So again, I will add this background image, our logo, like this one. And now the opacity works. So it affects this one, not the actual background. So again, I will save this, and you can still see, okay, this is now not so heavily blue, dark blue, but it's still going on top of the background image. So we need to get the transparency setting. I will take this out of the way, and the background color, somewhere here we do have the this one. So it's now like totally transparent. And now you can see. So it was white, and then that transparency slider, it makes it so that it will show stuff from the background. It's totally transparent. Okay, perhaps you noticed also here that if we go to this one, there's this visual, same as with everyone else. Okay, border here also. So this is panel specific. So if I want to take that border out, it is possible, and leave to some panels borders. It is possible. But with this one, you can see that I have taken the borders out here. But it would be possible. Let's put them back on. Okay, here you can see there is a border now. I can go here, and with visual settings I can set that does this one panel have border or not. So I will make it so that it will not have a border. So here you can see this one has no border, this one does not. But let's take it out, and actually let's go to this one, because that looks better when the machine is on. Okay, so back to editing here. Again, visual tab, and here let's go with the border settings of the dashboard. And here again, let's take them out like this one. And if you were wondering why these didn't have those borders, it's because of their settings are like that, built before that. They don't even have borders, but then this dashboard border setting takes them all out. Okay, but let's see. So one more thing, the link. So I showed you the link panel, how you can use them, but actually all the panels have linking possibility. So if I go back to editing here, we have this link here. So basically, if I enable this one, now this whole panel becomes clickable. And again, here's the same thing. I could add here a link to a dashboard, and then if I want to, I could enable installed page filter. I'm not now going to do that, but it's quite similar as with the link panels. So if I would do that, well, actually, I don't see any reason why not to do that. Let's put it here. So let's make it jump to again to the CNC, and then let's take this one location, and let's save this. So now the panel also is clickable. You can see that if I hover here, so this cursor, because this doesn't have link, it will not change, but if I go here, it will change. So as long as I'm on top of this panel, I can use this as a link. The reason why I was doubting do I do this is now because what will happen if I click here, it will jump, but it will ask that if it's okay to leave. Okay, so here we are. So again, it jumps to certain dashboard with a certain installed page filter on. Now, so we have to remember that it will leave this kind of on if we use it like this. All right. Okay. Basically, that's all. Let's see if I remember to cover all the topics we have here. Yeah, we do. So this is all about our advanced data visualization features. Thank you for watching, and if you need more information from us, go to NouxCloud. Thank you.